Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. In a murderous road rage incident in Bengaluru, an IAF officer was allegedly assaulted and his wife, who's also in the Air Force, was abused while the two were traveling in a car this morning. The couple lives in DRDO colony in CV Raman Nagar area of Bengaluru. An FIR in the case has been registered and the accused biker named Vikas, who was behind this alleged assault, has been apprehended. Now, the officer's wife, in her complaint to the police, has stated that she was driving her husband, Wing Commander Shiladitya Bose, to the bus stop when a biker came at high speed and hit their car. She alleged that the accused then started abusing and assaulting Bose. She claims that her husband was dragged onto the road and hit with a stone. The complaint also mentions that the accused biker threatened them, saying that this is Kannada land. In a video which is going viral on social media, Wing Commander Bose is seen bleeding and claims that even locals joined the attacker and hurled abuses at him.
I am Wing Commander Shiladitya Bose and this is my wife, Squadron leader Madhavdas. We stay in DRDO. Today morning, my wife was driving me to the airport and suddenly one bike came from behind, stopped in between. I will show you the video of my dash cam also. He came out, started abusing me in Kannada. Seeing that my car has a DRDO sticker, he says that you be DRDO people, and said many things in Kannada, and finally she abused my wife. Immediately he took his key in his hand and hit me on my head, taking my blood out. I stood there shouting that this is how you people defend whom we defend. More people came surprisingly and started abusing us, that we are doing wrong things, trying to hit my car. I trying to stop. He hit me on my head again. Here you can see the blood and see my condition.
After filing of the case, Bengaluru Police are investigating the matter. Cops have told Times Now the officer attacked the man first and was hit in retaliation. As per the police, the couple is also refusing to share the dashcam footage from their vehicle with the cops. However, the police has not commented on record, mind you. Meanwhile, DRDO officers and the IAF have begun their own investigation into the matter. DRDO in its statement has said that it is verifying an investigation into this incident. The IAF team has also reached a local police station to gather details on the incident. All right, we're told that the first reaction of Bengaluru Police is coming in. Let's listen in.
Okay, so after that, in a preliminary investigation, the bike number and the accused has been traced, who's been identified as Vikas Kumar J, working with a small software company, and so he has been arrested. So in the same crime.
Accused works in a software company, sir?
Yeah, as a call center head.
Call center head?
Yes.
Okay.
His company is Betsol.
Betsol?
Yeah.
That's it. Sir, the other thing is, sir, okay, the victim, the accused has also given any counter complaints, sir, because there are allegations of officer also attacking him.
No, not yet. Not yet. So we have not yet received any complaint from the accused.
So there was also a mob which the victim has claimed.
No mob has misbehaved there, as we have got information. We have got sufficient video evidences. In fact, the local people have tried their level best to separate both of them, to pacify both of them.
CCTV footage of the incident has been found?
Yes, we have a lot of evidences. The public have shot, the local CCTV videos are also with us. So this is the preliminary investigation. So let us continue with the investigation. Okay?
All right, so that's a big update coming in. The DCP is in there saying that there was no mob that was gathered and that the accused has been arrested in this particular matter. No cross complaint that has been received, mind you. Very, very significant that there has been no cross complaint. Locals try to diffuse the situation is what has been stated there by the DCP. We will get you more details that have been stated as far as this entire update is concerned and what exactly is the action that is being taken by the police. Now, Times has also spoken to locals who are present at that spot and they have a different version of what has happened. Listen in to what they have to say.
मैं एक्चुअली इधर पीजी में रहता था तो मेरे को कुछ आवाज़ें आने लगी जैसे कि एक लेडी बहुत मतलब हेवी से रोने लगी, चिल्लाने लग रही है। तो मेरे को नहीं, मैं भागते हुए यार देखा तो स्पॉट में क्या हुआ था, एक स्क्विगी वाला बंदा था, वो बैंगलोर से ही था, कन्नड़ी का। तो उसका गाड़ी एक था टीवीएस का, वो यहाँ पे लेटा हुआ था और जो ये बंदा था आर्मी ऑफिसर, वो आया, उसके मुंह पे इधर खून जा रहा था, जो आर्मी ऑफिसर है। तो वो उसको प्रॉपर ऐसे पकड़ के वो हेलमेट पहना हुआ था स्विगी वाला बंदा, उसको ऐसे प्रॉपर पकड़ के मस्त मारे जा रहा है, मस्त मारने जा रहा है। मान लो कि 20 से 30 बार उसको पंच मारते ही गया।
उसने बोला कि मैं कनाडी का हूँ, मैं देख लूंगा, इसमें कंप्लेंट में
वो नहीं पता मेरे को, बिकॉज मैं मिडिल ऑफ द मूवमेंट ज्वाइन किया था ना। बट जब मैं ज्वाइन किया था तो तब ये जो आर्मी ऑफिसर था ना, उसके इधर खून जा रहा था।
All right, and I'm told we have the DCP of Bengaluru. He is joining us live. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. Can you take us through what exactly has transpired in this incident? All right, we'll try and reconnect with the DCP. Appears to have risen from his seat, but
No, it's
Imran is
morning
joining us. Imran,
happened-
take us through
happened
what
at-
exactly you have spoken to the DCP. What does he have to say about this entire matter?
Well, a couple of information the DCP has now revealed after interrogation. The accused is a team leader in a call center. The incident happened at 6:30 in the morning. What they said, while he was coming, he was both the victim and his wife was going to the airport to go to Kolkata, and this is when the altercation happened. And yes, are we going? So the altercation happened, and the victim attacked the officer. The accused attacked the officer with a stone. He pelted stone at his car, and after that he used his keychain to attack the officer, that he got injury on his head. And after that there was counter allegations by the eyewitnesses, but so far the accused has not given any counter complaint. They have got CCTV footage, they've got eyewitness videos of the incident, and the same that he was attacked, and after that the altercation happened. They said that as of right now the police is taking as a case of road rage. They do not found that evidence of anything insulting, say Kannada or mob ganging up against the accused. But the incident happened. The victim was attacked, is what they have got a complaint. The important is that the accused works as a team leader in a call center. The accused has been taken into custody, and investigation is going on. Is what the cops
Anything
are
that he has to say as far as the allegation that the person abused them, saying on the basis of language, saying this is Kannada land, has that claim that has been made by the victim in this case, what do the police have to say on that?
The police so far has found no evidence, and that is what the cops are informing us, Madhav. So far what they found is a case of only road rage, and based on that sections they have registered the case. They say that at the prima facie they haven't found any issue of the Kannada as far as the victim's wife has claimed in her complaint to the police. They have registered a case of road rage. They have arrested the accused. Only one person is what they have said. Even as the victim Madhumita Datta, the officer, had also claimed that there was a mob which ganged up and attacked her husband. They find no evidence for that. They found that only one person is involved in that, and that one person, Vikas, who is a team leader of a call center, has been arrested.
Imran,
by
stay
the
with
police.
us, because now we have information that IAF officer, I beg your pardon, has posted a new picture on his Instagram account showing a bandaged finger and claiming that the accused bit off his finger. Shocking claim that is being made. Let's quickly take a look at that particular Instagram post as well. Neha is joining us, in fact, for more on this. We'll try and get that Instagram post, and that you can see, of course, is that image of where, in fact, the victim says that the accused tried to bite his finger. Now, this is absolutely insane if you look at the kind of attack that's happened. Neha, this is a very, very serious claim. Serious questions about what exactly is going on. I mean, not that any kind of violence is justified, but, the fact that the accused tried to bite off the finger of the Air Force officer just makes it that much more shocking.
Well, absolutely, Madhav. Of course, even if we are to believe for a second that the accused in this case did try to, in fact, bite off the victim's finger, this is brazen violence that we're seeing on the streets. This is obviously a big question now that's arising about the larger perspective of law and order. Remember, of course, we've, of course, been highlighting the manner in which there have been several crimes rising in the city, but for an incident like this, for, in fact, an attack and maybe possibly a counter-attack also there to have taken place out on the streets in broad daylight like like this, is of course shocking to say the least. Now, what of course, we do have the claims here that the officer has made, basis which an arrest has been made. Now, we also, in fact, have police sources suggesting that reportedly he was the first one who initiated the attack, and they're unwilling to share that dash cam footage. Now, even if we are, of course, to go by all of this, corroborating whatever has happened there, it's obviously an extremely shocking incident that's taken place in quite a posh area there of Bengaluru city. Of course, we'll really have to wait and see, on the larger perspective of law and order that's, failing in the city, instances that are taking place like this out in the open in broad daylight with no fear of the law. Obviously, of course...
Stay with us, Neha, because we have a reaction coming in, and this is big breaking news. Times Now has spoken to the Air Force officer's wife, and she says that she's startled by the incident. Listen into the responses coming in.
What do you like to say? What happened? Can you give us details there?
Sorry, I cannot give you the details because I'm a defense personnel and we have our channel through which we operate. So you can speak to the Air Force PRO who is in New Delhi. I don't have any, permission to talk, and we are very enraged and we are in a shock.
FIR has been registered, accused also been arrested.
I am not aware, but FIR I have registered, that is in Baipanahalli police station.
Are you happy when the accused has been arrested in this case?
I don't know. Actually, my phone is switched off, so I don't know.
I'm sorry, your husband is...
He is presently in Calcutta. There's an operation of my father-in-law which is going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he's gone for that. He had to go for that actually.
All right, Imran and Neha, thanks so much for your inputs there. Let's quickly take this across to our guest. Joining us is Bhaskar Rao, BJP spokesperson. Let me begin with you first. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, there are, of course, serious questions at this point of time as to what really is happening as far as Karnataka is concerned when it comes to the law and order situation. What would you say as far as this episode is concerned, and what does it really, highlight, given the fact that there are serious charges that have been made by this Air Force officer, because he has also alleged that it is, regarding language, regarding some locals, siding with the person who was the attacker, and all sorts of comments being made as far as the defense forces are concerned. Absolutely shocking state of affairs.
Now, at the very outset, road rage is a breakdown of law and order. Road rages repeatedly taking place in Bangalore streets is an indication that law and order is breaking down, and nobody has got the fear to deal with this. It is very, very wrong. Second thing, a defense personnel, be it Navy, Air Force, or Army, or paramilitary, or anybody else who wears a similar uniform, being assaulted and the police not taking proper action is a very serious matter. I have been in the police department for about 30 years and I have seen that a number of times when we have been negligent on these causes, the defense personnel lose their patience. And a number of times, either the JCOs or the lower formations, or sometimes even officers' groups, they have ransacked the police station, assaulted the officers, and senior officers of both the police department or the government and the army have to sit down and solve. So, if this is taken only as a road rage and it is closed down, it is not correct. The police must reach out to the Air Force senior officers.
Let me bring it. Yeah, let me bring in Abbas on that. Abbas, road rage itself is a breakdown of law and order in that sense. But what makes this case shocking is that the officer says that the police did not initially react. Now, that is really letting down our men in uniform, if that's the case.
Firstly, this is very unfortunate incident happening in my city of Bengaluru. But the fact of the matter is it is being politicized, and I'll tell you how. The victim, when he shared the post on Instagram, and it was later subsequently shared by an influencer, it was the Bengaluru City Police Cyber Cell which immediately got in touch in the direct message of the victim. There was no response. Later, the victim's wife reached out to Baipanahalli police station where FIR was filed. Subsequently, the alleged criminal was arrested. The fact of the matter, Bhaskar Anna is here, who's been a great former police commissioner of Bangalore City. He's aware of the fact that the Bangalore City Police is one of the finest that we have in the country today. And they've taken the initiation. Not just that, as a matter of fact, the DCP is personally involved here and he's doing everything it takes to make the situation better. Undoubtedly, this is a very unfortunate incident, but politics must not be done about anything. No doubt that the Indian Air Force Officer Wing Squadron leader has great respect here in the land of Kannada.
Is that
This should
really,
not
is that
be
really
turning
what
the
has
side
happened?
of
Joining
this.
us also is Captain Dr. M.J. Augustine Vinod, retired defense expert. We also have with us Sajid Gowda, Kannada activist. Captain Augustine Vinod, is that really what has transpired? Because, you know, there were versions coming out which are quite contrary to what was being stated by Abbas a short while earlier. Please unmute yourself and speak, sir.
Wonderful question. I'm saying, let's give it to the, let's give devil its due. Let's assume two things here. First, it was a road rage. Second, the mistake was, I'm just assuming. Second, the mistake was on the side of the wing commander. He probably showed his high-handedness or whatever. I'm just assuming these two things. And let's build the scenario from there. Now, say the wing commander grazed or hit while driving rashly the motorcycle fellow, and the motorcycle fellow came up in front. And from there, let us take the scenario forward. The first thing that comes to the motorcyclist's mind is, how do I get even with this guy with one logic, that is anti-Kannada logic. Now, second, and the most important, he has taken law in his hand. Now let's break down these two scenarios even further. How did the first thought that came to his mind to get even with this Air Force officer, when he looked at him that he was not a Kannadiga, the first thing that came to his mind was this anti-Kannada sentiment, which I started my career in the mid-80s from Bengaluru. It was never there. The children of today have this kind of mentality sewn into their minds, not only in Karnataka, but also in Tamil Nadu, also in Taliban-infested, Afghanistan. Any young mind, what you sow is what you reap. If you throw these kind of hatred in their mind,
regionalism and parochialism is not acceptable to this extent, and I don't think it's fair to compare any state with Taliban. That's my opinion, or Afghanistan. But I will say this, Sajid Gowda, look at what's happening here. You know, when you play with fire, such regionalist sentiments, you have a situation where, a man in uniform has had to go through this ordeal. While certainly everyone should, respect their mother tongue and work for it, there is no problem. And every Indian, would want that. But the point is, how can that be used as a tool to target, a soldier of this country, an officer in a uniform? That's where things become extremely problematic, Sajid Gowda.
So, thank you. And here is my thought around this. This is not an isolated incident. This has been happening from a while. That people who get into these kind of road rages and then unwarranted incidents use this anti-Kannada stance to take defense or use this as a smoke screen. Basically, the migrants, especially from Hindi-speaking areas who come here, do not learn Kannada and want to somehow escape this road rage, use anti...
Are you saying that the officer is lying? Are you actually saying that the IAF officer is lying?
I don't know. This police has to investigate and decide. It's not for me to decide who is right and who is wrong. Let the law take
because
its course.
The counter logic will be that perhaps the attacker also could be lying, no?
No, like
why are we jumping into the conclusion?
No, I'm not saying this as an isolated incident of this case. There was a previous one which was just a couple of days. It was all over social media where...
Let's stick to this case for the moment, please. Let's stick to this case based upon the facts that are there before us. It's an allegation coming in from the officer, granted. But let's not be so quick to jump the gun and say that the officer would be lying.
I won't say who is lying because I don't know. I was not part of this, I was not part of when this incident happened. I was not around. So let police decide and take a course, whatever the law is to be, whatever the legal action needs to be taken, has to be taken, whether it is against the officer or against the other person who was involved in this spat. But this doesn't mean that because he is an officer, he shouldn't be getting any differential or preferential treatment. Law is
certainly there is a cross FIR. That too will be reported, but at the moment, at face value, these comments do seem to be quite shocking and certainly an incident that we hope doesn't repeat in any other part of the country. I'm going to request all our panelists to stay on with us. We have some more breaking news coming in. There's another road rage incident that's been reported, and this time from Gurugram. where a group of techie bikers came under attack. The group of bikers was attacked on Sunday morning while they were on their regular ride. The assailants, traveling in a black Scorpio SUV, intercepted the bikers and launched an unprovoked assault. The bikers can be heard crying for help and repeatedly saying "Sorry bhaiya," while the assaulters continue to hit them. In another video, the assailants are seen vandalizing one of the bikes with a baseball bat. Police have identified the suspects based on the video evidence and are currently investigating the matter further. Let's take a look at the video of the assault and what the police has to say.
भैया सॉरी भैया मैं अकेला रह गया भैया प्लीज भैया सॉरी भैया सॉरी sorry भैया सॉरी भैया सॉरी भैया सॉरी मेरी क्या भैया क्या नाम है तेरा अभिनव भैया
फिलहाल एक्यूज को आइडेंटिफाई किया जा चुका है। पुलिस की टीम रेड कर रही है और जल्दी ही जो आरोपी हैं जितने भी उन सभी को पुलिस के द्वारा गिरफ्तार कर लिया जाएगा।
सर वजह कुछ सामने आई कि किस वजह से बाइकर्स के ग्रुप को रोककर उन पर
अभी तक शिकायतकर्ता के द्वारा भी इस बारे में कुछ क्लियर नहीं किया गया है कि झगड़े की वजह क्या थी और एक्यूज जब अरेस्ट हो जाएंगे तो उनसे पूछताछ के बाद जो भी सामने आएगा कि झगड़े की वजह क्या थी उसके ऊपर पुलिस जो फर्दर है कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन वो पुलिस का जारी रहेगा। इसमें फिलहाल तक देखने में ये आया कि स्कॉर्पियो में ये लोग सवार थे जिनके द्वारा इस मारपीट की घटना को अंजाम दिया गया है। पुलिस ने सभी को आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया है और जल्दी ही हम इनको अरेस्ट कर लेंगे।
Priyank is live with us. Priyank, what really is the reason for this? Is it merely road rage? Is it because the bikers overtook the Scorpio vehicle that this incident happened? And what are your sources telling you? Were those attackers, are they drunk as has been alleged by some of those riders? What is the information that the police sources are sharing with you?
See, Madhav, it was a laxity from the police side because initially when the attackers were trying to get in touch with the 112 helpline, they could not get through. Probably because of the jurisdiction issue, because this incident happened on the border area of Gurgaon and Delhi. And that is also a very serious concern that if something happens in between the bordering area, which a police line should be accountable. And it was very alarming when the bikers actually reached out to the police station. They were told to run from one police station to another, and there was no proper response which was given by the police. Lakhs worth of motorbikes were attacked only because the bikers were going at a normal speed. They could not have a walkie-talkie, so they could not identify that what was the possible reason. Initially, they thought that someone would have misbehaved with these hooligans who were there on this black tinted Scorpio which had a Delhi registration, and when they stopped, the attackers were seen intoxicated. But since they managed to flee away from the location, they could not.
Priyank, stay with us. Let's quickly listen in. You've spoken to one of those victims and he has said that the miscreants were indeed drunk. Listen in.
What were they saying while attacking?
They were just saying maro inko, bas.
Why?
I don't know, maybe because we bikers are not connected, like we were not talking on inside, like we didn't have our telecoms on, so we didn't know. So maybe we thought maybe some biker overtook him and that was the reason, but later we discussed and we found out that nobody overtook them. They were just drunk and maybe they were just trying to race and they maybe didn't like how we cut them or something, or how we overtook them. So
started contacting the police. Were they helpful, and what they told you to go to this police station and that? What happened?
So there's this toll plaza. We went to the toll plaza just like 300, 400 meters ahead, and there were police there. We asked them that there's this Scorpio guy, please stop them. They are fleeing the scene. But they told us that just call the cops on 112, we cannot do anything.
All right, Priyank, thank you so much for joining us with that breaking input. We're going to slip into a quick break, but we'll continue to track this particular story. Would also like to thank our guests for joining us, Bhaskar Rao, Group Captain MJ, Augustine Vinod, Sajid Gowda, Syed Asad Abbas. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening.